You've probably heard the phrase unity in diversity before, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Well, there's probably no better place on Earth to see it in action than India. So, how does a nation with over 1 billion people, with just countless traditions and languages, how does it all hold together as one? Let's dive in and find out. And this idea, this one metaphor, is really the key to the whole thing. Just picture India as this giant, incredibly vibrant piece of fabric. Every culture, every language, every tradition is like a single, unique thread. But when you weave them all together, you get something strong, complex, and just beautiful.
So, first things first, let's get on the same page. What do we actually mean when we say diversity and unity?
Okay, so in India, diversity isn't some abstract concept, it is a daily reality. It means that on any given street, you can hear a dozen different languages, taste an incredible variety of foods, see all sorts of clothing, and witness unique traditions, all living and breathing side by side. Now, unity, that's the magic that holds all of that incredible diversity together. And it's not about making everyone the same, not at all. It's about a deep, genuine respect and care for each other's way of life. It's about creating harmony, not in spite of all the differences, but actually because of them.
So where does all this variety even come from? Well, the very first threads in this fabric are woven by the land itself. Let's explore how India's geography and its languages really set the stage for everything else.
I mean, just look at the land itself. It tells this amazing story of contrast. You've got the towering, snow-covered Himalayas in the north. Head west, and you'll find the vast Thar Desert. And then you go south to these warm, sunny beaches and lush green forests. This isn't just a pretty picture. It fundamentally shapes how people live.
And what's so fascinating is how direct that influence is, right? If you live up in the mountains, you're going to see houses with sloping roofs, so the heavy snow just slides right off. But down in the hot southern regions, the homes are designed to stay cool. People who live near the coast, they fish. People near the big rivers, they grow rice. You could say the land itself is the first artist of diversity.
And that diversity of the land is perfectly matched by the diversity of its voices. Get this, India has 22 official languages recognized in its constitution. But honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're talking about hundreds, literally hundreds, of other languages and dialects spoken all across the country. It's incredible.
But even in this sea of different languages, there's a hidden thread of unity. See, many of the writing systems, the scripts that are used across India today, can trace their origins all the way back to one ancient source, the Brahmi script. It's like a common ancestor for the written word, creating this subtle connection between all these different tongues.
All right, we've talked about the land and language. Now let's dive into some of the most colorful and vibrant threads in India's fabric, its amazing food and textiles. This is where diversity really becomes a feast for the senses. At the most basic level, you can see this huge culinary divide. If you're in the southern and eastern parts of the country, rice is king. It's in everything. But the moment you travel north and west, wheat takes over, mostly in the form of all these delicious flatbreads that you'll find on almost every plate.
So let's do a quick visual taste test, shall we? Here we have idli, a super popular breakfast dish from the south. It's this soft, fluffy, steamed cake made from a fermented rice batter, a perfect example of a rice-based staple.
And now for the complete contrast, naan. This is a soft, oven-baked flatbread that's a staple in the north. It's made from wheat flour, and it is the perfect thing for scooping up all those rich, savory curries. So you see, two totally different staples, but both are quintessentially Indian.
Okay, let's switch from our sense of taste to our sense of touch. India's history with textiles is just as diverse and rich. From the city of Varanasi, we get this, Banarasi silk. It's world famous for its fine texture and these incredibly intricate designs, often woven with real gold and silver threads.
And from the warmth of Varanasi, we travel all the way to the cool mountains of Kashmir. This is pashmina wool. It is renowned for being unbelievably soft and warm. It's used to make these shawls that are both a luxury fashion item and a totally practical way to stay warm in the cold. Two different regions, two iconic fabrics.
And if there is one thing that perfectly captures this whole idea, it's got to be the sari. I mean, think about it. It's a single unstitched piece of cloth. That's the unity. But it is draped in countless different styles all across the country. That's the diversity. In Maharashtra, you have the Navari style, which is tucked like trousers for easy movement. Then in Tamil Nadu, the Madisar has its own unique fitted drape. One fabric, so many different identities. It's brilliant. Now, beyond what people eat and wear, there are these deeper cultural threads that weave everyone together. We're talking about the shared stories and celebrations that create a sort of common cultural language for everyone. Two of the foundational stories of Indian culture are these massive epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. And while they were originally written in ancient Sanskrit, these stories don't just belong to one language or one region. They've been retold and adapted into so many local languages, creating the shared narrative heritage that you can see everywhere, from folk theater all the way to modern Bollywood films.
And you see the exact same pattern with celebrations. Take the harvest, for example. It's this universal theme of gratitude. Well, in Punjab, they celebrate it as Lohi, with big bonfires and songs. In Tamil Nadu, it's Pongal, where they cook the newly harvested rice. In Assam, it's Bihu, with tons of music and dance. And in Kerala, you have the grand festival of Onam. The spirit is the same, being thankful for nature's bounty, but the way they express it is just beautifully diverse.
So, we've seen all these different threads, right? The land, the languages, the food, the stories. But what's the strong weave that actually holds all of these threads together and turns them into one single unified nation?
Well, this unity doesn't just happen by accident. It's actively protected and nurtured. First off, you have the Constitution of India, which guarantees equal rights and freedoms to every single citizen. Then you have shared national symbols, like the flag and the national anthem, that inspire a sense of collective pride. Of course, there are national events like Independence Day and Republic Day that bring everyone together. And finally, you have the literal connectors, the railways, airways, and roads that make it easier for people to travel, meet, and share their diverse lives with each other.
And this image of the Republic Day parade, it really says it all. This is the moment where the country's immense diversity, all its different cultures, states, and traditions, is put on full display, not as separate pieces, but as one proud, unified whole. And that really is the biggest takeaway. This incredible variety isn't some problem that needs to be managed. It's the nation's greatest strength. It's the constant mixing of different ideas, cultures, and traditions that creates a society that is resilient, dynamic, and truly one of a kind.
So as we wrap this up, here's a little thought to take with you. Using this idea of threads in a cloth, take a look around your own neighborhood, your city, or even your country. What are the different threads, the different people, ideas, and traditions that all weave together to make your community both beautiful and strong?